Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fadilla Dinda Permata. Today I will compare the film series Insidious and The Conjuring in terms of the horror of the ghost and story plot. Number 1, Ghost. The film series The Conjuring was originally released in 2013. This film tells the true stories of American paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. In the first film, director James Wan tells the story of Ed and Lorraine defeating an evil spirit that haunts the Perron family home in Harrisonville, Rhode Island. Meanwhile, in the second film, The Conjuring 2, the couple Ed and Lorraine Warren were forced to fly to Enfield, England after receiving a call from the Hudson family. In order to help the Hudson family, Ed and Lorraine are forced to fight an evil spirit in the form of a church nurse named Falak. Different from the film series The Conjuring, Insidious doesn't rise to story of the paranormal in real world. The character Alice is the only basic in the series of Insidious film, which were originally released in 2010. In my opinion, The Conjuring managed to beat Insidious in terms of ghost horror, in that Insidious can concoct a cycle of related stories, but The Conjuring picks up a horror story from the real world. This clearly terrifies anyone watching even more. Number 2, the plot of the story. The Conjuring is a film series based on the true story of the exorcising adventure of the paranormal couple Ed and Lorraine Warren. This paranormal couple was very famous in the 70s to 80s. They have handled several major supernatural cases, including the Amityville Haunted House, the Annabelle doll, and the Ghost of Enfield, England. There is no plot that continues in the film series The Conjuring except for the origin of Annabelle. Everything is just a story from the true story of the exorcisms by Ed and Lorraine Warren. The number of cases that have been handled by Ed and Lorraine made it easier for the production team to continue creating The Conjuring film series. Different from The Conjuring, Insidious is a film that is fully composed. None of the characters in this film come from the real world. However, that is precisely what makes the Insidious film series interesting. The plot that is made always revolves around the characters Alice, the paranormal, but it turns out that there is one surprising and interesting commentary to follow. In terms of story, the Insidious film series clearly beat The Conjuring. The production team managed to concoct a single unified story that was connected neatly and great. Meanwhile, the film series The Conjuring is only a series of true stories of Ed and Lorraine Warren, which are depicted and retold. So that's all about the comparing of two films. I hope you enjoy it, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.